Yeah, I'll just mention this for now. We don't have to talk about it, but Hagaromo and Zetsu being literal brothers could have been interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just
Yeah, they really didn't do anything with that.
just instead of Hamura, I know this is a bit of a rewrite. Instead of Hamura, you just have Hagaromo and Zetsu. There just is no Hamura. Or one of Hagaromo's children. So instead of Indra and Ashra, it was just Indra and Zetsu.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
I like Hagaromo and Zetsu. Like, honestly, in that rewrite, should we just have Zetsu, like, he doesn't fight with Hagaromo, obviously. So, like, but, like, he just is born as Hagaromo's brother and all. But he's going to not fight Kaguya and instead try to revive her. Would you just do that way?
It could work, yeah, if it's just Hagaromo fighting him, because he has both Sun and Moon sealed, technically. That makes Hagaromo more of a god. Like, Hamura was oddly never worshipped as a god. To be fair, he did go to the moon, Hagaromo stayed on Earth, that's really when his godlyship really began anyways. But still.
Hamura's, like, revealed as a god on the moon, but not outside of the moon.
I think it really works for, like, the brotherly Clash of Conflict dynamic. Again, going to, like, Naruto and Sasuke, they're, like, clashing as brothers. Hagaromo and Madara clashing as brothers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking of. Like, you just have the Hagaromo. It's almost like, it's not quite Indra Ashtra, but it's, like, the brotherly clash thing.
Yeah. Even if it's just, like, Zetsu is helping Kaguya in the fight against Hagaromo. So in fact, this technically happened anyways. You got Hagaromo versus Hamura before Kaguya because Kaguya put Hamura under Genjutsu. So just have it not be a Genjutsu this time and during the whole fight. I think it's an interesting narrative angle they could have done. I'm not going to say it's better, but they could have done it and it still would have been good in my opinion.
Yeah, like, at least the concept of, like, the Zetsu brother thing. Now, in this hypothetical, though, is Zetsu gonna be the black weird thing? Or is he just gonna be like Hamura and he just stays alive for, like, a couple thousand years?
Either way works. I don't really care, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
The black thing could be a jutsu, even. Maybe he went freaking crazy like Orochimaru. Either way.
His body degraded over time.
Well, it could even be
just became
a Shinjutsu that he just had from Kaguya. Like in the same way Hagaromo got the Sun and Moon seals, maybe Zetsu got the black goo whatever.
Yeah, or maybe, like, this sounds so goofy. The 6 paths rod technique, he used it on himself in a way that allowed him to become like a living.
Okay, yeah. Or, like we were saying earlier, it's just the black karma all across his entire body.
Yeah.
Well, again, considering he revives Kaguya, it kind of makes sense still, I guess. Or even, what about this? In Kaguya's final moments, once Hagaromo seals Kaguya, the thing Kaguya does is, instead of pooping out a Black Zetsu, she puts the Karma Seal on Black Zetsu. In fact, I kind of like that working anyway.
She's pregnant and she gives birth to her baby at that moment.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. No, but okay, imagine this. You have the story the exact same way it is. Instead of pooping out Black Zetsu, she puts the Karma Seal on Hamura. So Hamura is Kaguya's son and was fighting against Kaguya at the last moment. Just like Momoshiki put it on Boruto. In the last moment, Kaguya's putting it on Zetsu. Or, yeah, I guess Hamura, and Hamura's through the Karma Seal shenanigans, whatever, turns into Zetsu. Just go from there.
Yeah, I think that would work for Naruto lore, to just have that be like Kaguya's curse mark just does that to him. It just wouldn't work for Boruto lore.
And then that explains
clearly works
Hamura inside of the bounds of the Naruto story, instead of needing the Naruto the Last movie to explain it, like almost outside of the story, lore, whatever.
Yeah.
It's doing something else with it, but that's whatever. I mean, they haven't really done much with Hamura outside of the movie anyways. So I'm not going to say it was necessarily better to do the movie.
Even in the movie, they didn't do that much. It was more
Yeah, the point is like Naruto Hinata, not about Hamura. Hamura, I feel like Hamura was just almost forced in there just because he wasn't addressed. That's really the reason, I think.
Yeah, I feel that.
Uh,
They were just desperate to make him relevant.
yeah. But again, like the whole
Like,
brother
well, we haven't done
dynamic throughout
anything
the
with this,
history
man.
of time, it works. Also, again, I think it also works going into Boruto because what happened to Jigen is in this case what's going to have happened to Hamura. And again, this also, in my opinion, it's a little bit of a rewrite. In my opinion, it just fixes the fact that Ishiki just is in Jigen's brain eating him. It's just stupid to
Also,
me. I don't like it. I just
no,
like
but
the
stay
idea that it was
relevant.
just the karma. And just as the karma extracts, in the same way their body should be modified because it's genetically extracting, I think their personality should also become more like the Otsutsuki until once at 100%,
No, I
it just
agree,
becomes like the
but
Otsutsuki. Just like Jigen.
I agree with that. But what I'm asking is, how does this Hamura situation fix the Jigen ear brain thing?
Well, because Kagi is not going to be inside Hamura. So in this case, I just don't have Ishiki inside Jigen.
But that's not Kaguya's thing fixing it. That's just you just changing the Jigen thing separately.
Yeah, because I think it's broken. I mean, you don't have a problem with it, but I do. Either way, you wouldn't have a problem with it,
No,
but
but
this fixes my problem with it.
no, but I guess I don't think you're getting what I'm saying. I don't see how that has anything to do with the. I guess maybe it's like it's not that the Kaguya thing is fixing it. It's just it reminded you why you wanted to fix it. I guess at the most, like.
Sure, whatever, if you want to word it that way. The point is that we have
Anyway,
precedent going into the Jigen thing that this happens. So you don't need Ishiki to be in there.
yeah. So in this case, obviously, we change Boruto. Like they just would change over time.
Yeah.
And in this case, the question still becomes why is Black Zetsu? I mean, you could just write it to where that's just how it works. Like, it still becomes Black Zetsu until they. Granted, though, we're also gonna. The other thing though is we have to change the resurrection process because we can't have it be the infinite Tsukiyomi and the Karmazi. Like it's gonna be like it either just does it on its own or all like Ishiki has to do infinite Tsukiyomi too and stuff. Like
Why?
because otherwise, why does he need to do the infinite Tsukiyomi to resurrect Kaguya if he didn't need to do it?
Okay.
Because he
Sure.
did in the canon.
Yeah, and then I get what you're saying now. Maybe it's a thing of not because her body's dead, but because her body is sealed. That again, just like I was explaining earlier, that maybe you can't teleport out of seals. That could be a thing here, even though you can. But like, I don't
But
think
the
you should
point
be
is
able
she's
to.
overriding her body, so that doesn't really matter where her original body is.
I know, I
Because
know.
Ishiki bodies can just be dead
But
and he
what I'm
resurrects
saying is
them.
that it's sealed, so like it's locked in its state. So therefore, you can't do another body in this way. You could even just have it to where Kagi is still alive. How about that? Other body in this way. You could even just have it to where Kagi is still alive. How about that? Just still alive in the Infinite Tsukiyomi. Or not, in the moon, I should say. She just didn't die.
Okay. So why does the Infinite Tsukuyomi revive her then?
Well, it's not that it's revive. If anything, this just sets up a different problem, but this solves your problem. You can't revive into Madara because Kaguya's body's still alive. Because there can't be two Kaguyas. That's an Otsutsuki stopgap that I love mentioning.
That's not the stopgap. How many times I have to tell you?
Well, but it still can't happen.
Yes, but that's. I just love when you say the stopgap because that's not the thing Mobushiki's talking about with the stopgap.
I don't
It's
care,
not the.
bro. Well, it's the rule that Karma has.
But
And there
anyway,
can't be two Kaguyas. So there you go. Do Infinite Tsukiyomi and
but
through whatever shenanigans I don't care. Maybe that kills Kaguya. Maybe that frees Kaguya. I don't care. Maybe that destroys Kaguya. And then they can resurrect Kaguya into Madara.
I think we need to rework this.
I just did. That's easy.
I think you need to rework that still.
Why?
Because again, you haven't changed it enough to where it makes sense. Like,
how so? What doesn't make sense about that?
Because as it is, if it's Tsukiyomi, the purpose is to get chakra and do a poorly explained mechanism that's revived Kaguya. Now I can theorize exactly how it works, which I do want to do, but
it's not even explained
in
anyways,
a video,
so.
not like now.
At
But
least I'm explaining it.
Huh?
Can't contradict something that's not explained.
No. What I was saying, that wasn't the point. The point was, all right. The point is, it's to gather chakra to restore Kaguya. So it gathers chakra, and Kaguya comes out. That's how it is. In this case, It's weird that the gathering chakra kills Kaguya so that he can revive Zetsu. Seems goofy.
Well, okay, how about this? So it gathers it into the divine tree, and then the divine tree, it shoots off the chakra at the moon, and then Kaguya can absorb that chakra, and that's enough chakra to break out of the moon's seal.
But then that's not Black Zetsu reviving her through karma. That's just basically what we got, but a slightly different mechanism.
Okay, then Kaguya absorbs all the chakra, but it's too much chakra, and she blows up just like Madara, so then that can revive through Madara. Because she's dead.
I think that's just really goofy, bro.
Listen, I've explained it in many ways that can make sense. So you can't say it doesn't make sense. Because again, if your problem here is that this doesn't make sense, the original series as it is doesn't make sense. So take it up with the original series. It
doesn't
different.
Really. You have to make assumptions. You have to make an assumption for what exactly is like the true purpose. Which is the problem. Like, because it could have been explained directly, and it should have, but it wasn't.
But it wasn't, exactly. Yeah, so your problem isn't with my thing, it's with the series. Because my thing is doing the same thing the series is doing. Well, not explaining it.
With yours, it's more... with yours, it's more the goofiness.
Okay. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. You just have Kaguya still be dead.
That's not to say that you couldn't rework it. I just think I would rework it from that. I just wouldn't have it be he absorbs the chakra into the moon and it blows Kaguya up, so that way she can finally revive Black Zetsu. I would just do what we did at that point.
Just have her be dead then. It doesn't matter. It's kind of weird that you can die while sealed, but whatever. Hedon apparently died of nutrition, so...
It's so goofy that like he's on board with all this shit, but like just not getting nutrients kills him.
Like, how does that even work? Because he doesn't have a stomach when he's headless. If you just fed his head, would he still die? He's like, wouldn't go anywhere, just fall out.
or would like he just like would he just be able to absorb the nutrients anyway?
Yeah, like if you just like put like a feeding tube instead of connecting to like the stomach or wherever they connect in real life, if you just connect it to like his ear or something, like is he just gonna live?
Or I was thinking like if you just feed him a hamburger, does it just fall through his head? He has no neck. It just comes out the other side.
Like, it seems to me that hypothetically, if Kakuzu came back, he could have stitched Hedon back together, but it seems like his lower body was just atomized, which again, doesn't really make sense. Like, his limb should have been scattered, if anything, not atomized, because why is his head still there, but no other part of his body? It's just kind of weird to me, but like,
Well, his like
what could have
legs and arms, I think
Kakuzu
you do
done?
see. I think you see some of it, but not all of it.
I don't think so. I think it's just the head. Could be wrong. Maybe you're
No,
thinking of
I'm
the
pretty sure you
manga.
see like at least a leg or an arm or something.
I don't think so, but I'd have to go back
But
and
I
relook.
don't think you see his stomach. But
Nah. But I'm pretty sure you don't see an arm or anything. I can't confirm. But again, you manga elitists, you're probably
at least
referencing
his
the
foot.
manga.
At least his foot. I just really remember his foot being there.
Okay,
With
whatever.
the Akatsuki sandals and all that, you know.
Yeah,
I
maybe
remember the foot.
that'd be so funny. Kakuzu stitches his neck to his foot. He's just hopping around like a monster from Monsters
His hey,
Inc.
it's better than nothing, bro. Yeah.
There's the Hagaromo Zetsu
Now that's
brother
what I want to
thing.
see.
I just love the idea of the brother clash, rivalry, whatever. I like that. Plays into the history shenanigans.